Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. This is John and Jenna from Flippin' Ain't Easy. And hopefully you guys had a good weekend. Hopefully for many of you, it's still kind of the weekend with today being President's Day and having no mail service today. And eBay does not expect you to ship anything today. So that's good. So kind of, I look at these 3-day weekends as sort of a reprieve from having to ship on Mondays, but we're working on getting it done so that tomorrow we can just get up and the stuff's already done, at least for the sales that we have so far. So yeah, how was your weekend? I could tell you mine was really, I can't say relaxing, because it's like Friday afternoon.
But he wasn't working.
Kind of, but not really. I
No,
mean,
you were not.
I
Don't
was.
say kind of.
I was kind of.
No.
I was. You got lipstick on your tooth, by the way.
On my tooth
Yep,
or my chin?
on
What's
your,
this on my
on
chin?
your teeth. I don't know. It's on your chin.
Right here?
I don't know. I got some whiskers there.
No.
Okay. Well,
I just don't know why it's not
okay.
red.
I don't think anyone needs to like analyze that for you, but okay. So kind of, yes, I drove to Southern California from Las Vegas, and it was like 4.5 hours. I hit some traffic along the way, and did some crazy things, guys. Just some crazy things. So my buddy,
He's lucky he didn't get arrested.
so my buddy, he lives on a golf course, right? So he lives like off the 12th hole of one of these golf courses. So, him and his son, he's like 50 something years old, by the way. So him and his son, and then also his brother and stuff would come out, and like they'd have these things where they play night golf on the damn golf course. And of course, we get out there, and he made it seem like there was a gate from his backyard to the golf course. No, it's his fence is kind of partially pulled down. And so I'm like, I'm gonna kill myself here. So we're we're going out there, and I fall on my ass. I'm sorry, shouldn't have said ass, but you know what I'm talking about. So, and then so made it down there, and we played a couple holes of golf with a lighted golf ball, of course, as just crazy as it was, just being stupid. So the next day we went over to the PGA tournament at Pacific Palisades. That is Riviera, and we followed Tiger Woods around and a bunch of the other big time pro golfers. That was fun. We went to Commerce, played a little poker on the way home, Commerce Casino, and I missed a $75,000 jackpot in a poker hand. And the next day we played some golf, and I got right in the car and came home. So I was pretty tired. We walked a lot all weekend and put in miles upon miles of walking. So, to come home and, really didn't relax. And even when I was out and about out that way, I was on my phone sourcing and stuff like that when I wasn't really busy. So I'm always in the mindset of working, right? That's just the way it is with me. So, yeah, today woke up and I just felt like I got hit by a truck. But of course, no sleeping in. It's time to get up, get some work done. We had some lunch with friends of the channel, Michael and Jennifer, and they came out, and guess what, guys? They picked up my 200 and some odd pairs. I think we kept maybe about 30 pair.
So happy.
Yeah. And we also had some like these off-brand like Nerf gun darts that we had in the same pallet. We gave them like most of that too.
Michael's here.
Okay. So it was one of those things where it's kind of a dual thing. It gives him some product, and it clears space. So any of you guys watch the videos where I'm walking around my garage, you'll see that I have like an island of boxes in between my shelves, and that's now gone.
I'm so happy.
And it just looks a lot different. So I'm very happy for that. And I think sometimes when you kind of clear the clutter, and it really kind of gets you motivated to be out there. Kudos to Jenna here. She did this for me. She sent me a couple videos showing me that she really, really got in there and cleaned up and organized the garage. I mean, we're talking all of our Christmas stuff we had in totes in the living room is now on the rafters, and there's room for that. And you guys see behind her, she pulled in a lot of my stuff from the garage Of course, she wrecked my trout.
I did
flat.
not wreck it. Let's be clear and on the record. It is not wrecked. You can't tell a thing is wrong with that.
Well,
you don't
I
even
haven't
know.
looked.
You haven't even looked.
I haven't really even looked, but yeah, I cracked the little glass thing with the holds of the baseball.
It's not glass. It's actually
It's
plastic.
It's plastic.
And it goes, it was sealed up with some hot glue and it's good to go.
Oh, you even had to use hot glue?
I did.
Oh my God. So what happened to the ball? Did it go rolling around?
It fell out, but I picked it up and I dusted it off and cleaned the box.
That ball is no longer PSA 10. I bought that ball brand new just so Mike Trout can sign it. I mean, literally when he was.
But the results, you guys. But the results.
Yeah, well, the results is if someone looks at it, they can say this thing's scuffed all up. So nobody's gonna see. Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
Can you see?
All right. Okay. So that's what we got. So what we did is when we put in the desk for the listing desk, we removed all those pictures because they're kind of in the way. Even though I have a background removal tool, it was just in the way of like larger items. And we moved that into here. And on that black desk, I actually got it's like a 60-inch long by 36-inch wide desk mat. And they're hard to find that size. And that way I have now it's just a completely white area that I can do the photos on, which I kind of am used to. I really like doing that. So that's kind of my story for this weekend and what we have going on. Fired up to get listing. Went and picked some more stuff up today, and just looking at getting out there and getting some more work done. And I probably, the way I'm looking at it is I'm kind of in the mood to get out there and work. So I might be working into the evening. But had a good lunch today with Michael and Jennifer, and
they're sitting in traffic, by the way. They're on their way back to Utah.
Yeah, so it's kind of nice, just sat for a little over an hour and just chatted.
Pizza, that was so good.
Yeah, they have a good pizza place out here. They were on Diners, Drive-In, and Dives, so a really good place. But if you're watching the video or the live stream with us today, we have 75 people right now watching. Please participate. You guys help drive the program. Please put your comments in the chat.
Don't be shy.
Yeah.
Don't be shy.
Any
We're
answers?
Just normal people.
Yeah. Questions and answers.
I really got to figure out what is on my channel. Why is it red right now?
I don't know.
It's driving me crazy.
I mean, you're sitting in front of that mirror so long. I'm surprised you didn't see it. Well, I'm just being real. But somehow it's my fault, guys. I don't know. But if you're watching after the fact, of course, we appreciate it. Maybe next time you can make it with us, but of course, comment down below and try to get back to you, or someone else might be able to answer your question as well. It's Monday. For most of us, this is, we're not taking President's Day off. We're going to work, even though you don't have to do shipping today. And it's just another week. That's kind of the way I look at it. Just the beginning of another week. And it's not a day off for me. I'm going to get out here and work. And sometimes it's hard to get motivated on Monday. And that's kind of why we talk about motivational Mondays sometimes. I got to tell you, I was on the way back home from Vegas yesterday in the car, and I'm listening to eBay videos and things like that on YouTube. And, ran into a couple of pretty good videos that kind of got me fired up. So I think that sometimes you got to look outside of yourself to get that motivation. And I'm more motivated than I was driving home. Let me put it that way. So hopefully we can talk about that too. I don't really have any news stories because, I did look for some, but there's nothing earth shattering as it involves eBay. People that have contacted me saying, hey, I've dealt with this glitch and that glitch because I put the video out last week about glitches. And there's going to be a lot more coming. We know that. And there's probably a lot more that's currently happening that I haven't even seen yet. But, you just got to find a way to power through it. Don't let it destroy your momentum and your motivation, because, eBay, sometimes when you run into roadblocks, whether it be a bad buyer, whether it be a bad software, or just you're dealing with bad product, it can be demotivating. And you just got to find a way to get yourself past it. And I say this all the time on these kind of videos. The alternative is you could be working for someone else. doing what they want you to do, which may be worse than what you could be dealing with right now with the stuff that you're dealing with on eBay. And you just got to have that mindset when you're really having a tough time getting that stuff done that you need to get done. You know you have to do it. You just got to think of the alternatives. What is the alternative? What happens if I don't make X amount of money this month? And that needs to be your driving factor, I think, for most of you at least. Some of you don't have to do this. It's kind of a side hustle to get some spare money. But even then, think of what could I do if I get this sold and I'll be able to go and do whatever, go on vacation, go visit Aunt Thelma or whatever it is.
We don't have an Aunt Thelma.
I used to. So yeah, so that's kind of why we kind of bring this up, because I know it's tough for a lot of people to get motivated.
Prosser says, John, quit rambling. The chat's getting away from you.
Okay. I'm turning into I ain't gonna say it. Turning into another channel right before my eyes. Okay. Biff's in the house, Biff Boffo, and he asked me, hope you enjoyed Riviera. Q1 is more than halfway over. How does it compare to 2022 for you? So while we were waiting, I thought, you know what? That's a good question. Let me check here. So for us, it's now, okay. Let me, a couple things you have to think about. And I didn't look at my other account. Last year at this time, I had everything on one account. I had the other account, but there wasn't nothing on there. Really, there was not anything on that account. It was really not a whole lot at all. All the stuff was on this account. And it's saying that my sales are up 35.9% over, and that's from the 21st of January through the 20th of February. That's 35.9%, 8,500 in sales, as compared to like 6,500 in sales, 6,300 in sales. So that's good. Now, if you factor in the fact that we have probably another 2,000 in sales on the other account, it's well above that, probably close to 45%, 45% increase. Not bad, considering that just like 2 months ago, I was thinking, the world was going to end and, all this, that's another thing. And it boils down to what I've been saying and what I've been struggling with for the longest time. And that's the type of product you're selling. I still see videos and or posts of people saying that sales are slow, I'm not getting the sales. And it kind of boils down to what you're selling, and if you're in that boat, take a hard look at what you're selling, and that may just be the answer. Yeah. Rosie's in the house. Rosie Games says, hi, John and Jenna. John, I hope you had a fun time over the weekend. Were you relaxing, working, or both?
He doesn't know how to relax. No, relaxing is not a part of his vocabulary. He has no idea how to do that.
No, we're walking up and down hills at the
I just noticed your voice is a little raspy.
Yeah, of course.
What are you doing? Screaming and yelling at Tiger?
That's right. Yelling mashed potatoes.
Wow.
Let's see here. We got Prosser in the house. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Purple Fox, hey there, Prosser. Great work with the sales. Prosser had good sales, huh? 11 sales a day, so can't complain.
Yeah, that's awesome.
No, don't complain. Bill York's in the house. How you doing, Bill? Purple Fox, hi, Bill. What about the rest of us, Purple Fox?
She says it later.
Sandra Hoyer.
Yay!
Okay,
got it.
Hi, John and Jen. I'm on time. Thanks for being on time. Wickedberg says, Betty and Martin listing with the big show. Who's Betty and Martin? Oh, that's okay. Wickedberg is Betty and Martin.
That is Betty and Martin.
Okay. Well, hey, Betty and Martin. Darn it. I'm trying to go too fast now because I've been called out for being too slow. So Picky Ricky says, I missed Friday's live as what was on the phone with for 10 hours. Wow.
Oh, God.
We just put them on hold for an hour and say you got a live stream to deal with. Let's see. Kind of trying to catch up because a lot of this is sidebar before I even came on. So we'll kind of skip through that. We have Sandra says, make sure you hit the like button. The magic works. And many of you who haven't noticed or are new to the program, all you have to do is hit that like button one time. And within 24 hours, you are going to get a sale. And I'm so confident that you're going to get a sale. The money I charged you to do that, you're going to get back. Full refund, no questions asked. I mean, you can't lose. Edward McHugh says from Central Florida. Thanks, Edward, for being here with us today. No One Design says, hey, John and Jenna from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yeah, that's
Thank
right.
you. Thank you. Truman, Lost in Time Picker says, awesome, Prosser, about the sales. Shane Dillon, yay, I can't see my comments from earlier this afternoon anymore, but this weekend has been utterly terrible for me. 4 sales when I usually do 15 to 20. Yeah, it's tough. I can say this. Look, my goal this weekend was to run. I didn't schedule anything this weekend because I was so backed up. I didn't even plan on going to California until like Thursday. And so I was scrambling to get everything done here that I had listings that I ran on Friday, but I simply didn't run any on Saturday. And I kind of, because I had some good momentum Thursday, Friday, going into the weekend, I just wanted to see, okay, if I do nothing on the account on Saturday, what's going to happen? Well, I found out I only had like $107 in sales. And that was kind of another reason why I was itching to get home, because I just wanted to get some work done. But yeah, hard to say. Good month so far, but this weekend wasn't the greatest. But you know what's funny? I came home to 32 offers to watchers. I mean, that I had to, it gave me the option to make. So I went in and made the offers, and I had a pretty good sales today. I think today we're sitting at, I hit the overview button real quick. We're sitting at about $310 on the main account today. So that's okay. I'm happy with that. And all's well. And we have that Elvis. I don't know if you guys watched the shorts video I put out last week. I have an Elvis menu. It's from 1971. It is from the International Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. It's where the Las Vegas Hilton used to be. And it's an authentic menu from a concert at the Elvis concert in 71. And comps on that were like $100 and something a piece. It actually fell out of one of my Elvis records. And I was like, what the heck is this? And I found that it was an actual menu, put it up on auction, and it's at 71 right now. Then it's going to look.
Yeah, currently at $71.
An hour and 12 left.
1 hour and 12 minutes.
So we'll know
left.
what it sold for at the end of this show. So if you guys are, curious, stay tuned, and we will certainly give you an update on that. Our buddy Mike Camparelli's in the house, and I know Mike's coming out to Vegas sometime in April, but I may not get to see him because I'm going to be gone for a week. So Mike, let me know when you're going to be out this way. Hopefully it's not the week I'm going to be gone.
What week are you going to be gone?
I think it's the weekend of what is it, the 14th or 15th
I put it in my calendar because I always
14th or 15th of April. Is that the weekend? Yeah. 14th, 15th of April. So hopefully.
So wait, no, you usually leave on Tuesday.
I leave Tuesday, come back on late Saturday night, early Sunday morning. So
yeah, so he'll be leaving on the 11th, coming back on the 16th.
Let's see. Semper Fi is in the house, says Blizzard coming tomorrow. Love the sales, and Blizzard not so much. Yeah, we had a mini blizzard that lasted for 30 minutes about a week ago.
Yeah, it snowed last week.
Kevin Hawthorne from Lakeland, Florida is in the house.
Hi, Kevin.
We have Ashley Mew.
Ashley Mew.
Hello, everyone. How you doing today? We have Emporium, etc. Hello, all. Kim Sharp's in the house. Hi from Florida. Listing and listening. Nothing like listing while you're listening. That's pretty awesome. Jimmy D's in the house. I clicked on the like button, then I unclicked the like button, then I click on the like button again. Does this mean I'm going to get 2 sales? I don't know.
We haven't tested that theory yet.
You might get,
but let us know.
Right. You might actually get a sale that you have to combine the shipping because you did that. So I don't know. I would be careful when you're hitting that like button. Just hit it once. Hey, Jude Thrifting says, finally caught alive. Always listen to the replays. Awesome. Well, thanks for being here with us. And then Michael and Jennifer are here listening while you're stuck in traffic. So they're on the way back to Utah from Vegas. But to me, there's not a whole lot, usually a whole lot of traffic out that way.
It's probably like through
Arizona, that little
Arizona.
Well, because you cut through Arizona
only for 5 seconds.
I know. But of course, my luck, that's where I'd hit the traffic.
Through like Mesquite or
something. Let's see. Picky Ricky says, I have to hit that like button that hates me. No, it does. It loves you.
It loves you.
Dave Harrington says, sup, John? How you doing, Dave? Amazon Seller 99 is in the house. And Tommy, the great Tommy Bernard, I don't have to tell us You don't have to tell us when we know who the brains of the operation is. Yeah. You know what's funny?
I'm the
Michael
organized, clean one.
Michael and Jennifer came over, and we're talking in the garage, and we're just chatting about eBay stuff, and she's just like just telling them like, this is what you do, right? And I'm just like sitting back listening. I said, well, what makes you think you can't do the live by yourself on Fridays if I'm
How
not
can
here?
you stop bringing it up?
I'm just saying, you had it. I mean, Wanda's in the house. Jenny, you get kudos for doing the work. Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I tried. I've been wanting to decorate his back wall here for a while, and I finally told my son I'm going to get in there and clean it and put up those pictures, because he recently took them out of the garage, and I was like, whoa, perfect timing. So
No One Designs says, side note, is it me or does Jenna look like a sex ed teacher? Maybe the glasses throwing me off. That is the case, John would be a phys ed coach. No, I can't even walk up Riviera without losing my breath.
Oh
It's
my
funny.
God. I guess I'm going to take that as a compliment.
Prosser says that ball looks all scuffed up. It better not be.
It's not. It fell on the carpet.
That's a signed trout ball that was signed in the sweet spot.
Perfect condition.
Okay.
Perfect.
Picky Ricky says, I have a baseball bat case in case someone tries to rob my home. I got a baseball to throw at him.
We have baseball bats.
I got better protection than that, but it is what it is. G Grazara says, hi, John and Jenna. How you doing, G?
Hey.
Sweetdeal.vip. How are everyone's sales been? Hopefully, I saw the Commonwealth Picker video that he put out earlier today, and he was talking about how sales for him are kind of down and other people. I don't know. I want to hear from the folks that have had good sales over the last couple of months.
Well, we know that's all Tommy.
Well, it would be Tommy, would be No One Design, maybe Rob. A lot of the folks that really have had success during the last couple of months, and I want to hear if the sales have dropped off. Maybe they're staying the same, that kind of thing. But for me, I can only speak for myself, and getting rid of the low ASP stuff is really helpful.
I'm really thinking that because before I thought, oh, it's got to be that we're eBay's just in a slowdown, people aren't buying. But now that we have a new source, I am convinced that it is all about what you're selling.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with the economy. Well, okay, maybe a little, but it is not. What you're selling it made a huge difference in our store. December, November, we were like, oh my God, we're going to have to go get jobs, like real jobs. And now with what he's been sourcing, it's made a huge difference.
Yeah, it's working out, and we'll see how it continues. You can only source when the sourcing's good. If the sourcing gets bad, then I'm back to square one. But we still have, I think Michael and Jennifer, when they were here, they were looking at, I have tubs upon tubs of stuff, and I'm not going to call it a death pile. I'm going to call it my queue, because it's in queue, it's in line to get listed.
Do you ever open the queue?
Yeah, but open one tub at a time.
Open it and you close it.
One tub at a time. So we have one open tub of shoes that's ready to get cleaned.
It's actually, there's a tub right here that is ready to list.
Ready to go. So I'm fired up to do it. So we got a tub that's ready to get cleaned. We actually have two huge, we're not talking small tubs. We're talking the huge tubs that have the wheels on them. The biggest one
you can buy. The
wheels on them, full of albums that need to be gone through. Might have more Elvis memorabilia in there. Gee. Now,
it's right there.
Down here. Okay. Prosser, thanks, Prosser. Jenna for live when John's away, who is with me.
Oh my gosh.
And it sent 5 pounds.
I will go live, but you can't ask me technical questions about eBay.
Right.
He's the brains of the operation. I'm just,
So it's official, guys. So when I go out to Arizona that week of the 14th. I think it's the 14th of April. I think that's the Friday. She's doing the live stream. All right. Perfect. We got
My
it. It's
stomach
official.
hurts already.
Now, this look of the glasses, she's waiting for her contacts to come in. So
Yes,
I don't think she
believe
prefers.
me. I had to go to the eye doctor on Saturday, and they said it's going to take 10 days just for the trials to come. I'm like, I have been wearing contacts for like 35 years. Okay. I don't need to wait for trials.
Yeah, she's been complaining about it hurting her eyes.
Yeah. I don't like the glare and the I'm blind, you guys. Blind.
Let's see. We got Mike says hit the like button for YouTube's best power couple. Well, that's nice of you, Mike. Thank you,
Mike.
Let's see. I think I'm back on track. Tommy Z's in the house. Awesome. Thanks for being here. G. Gazara says, been having fair sales for a hobbyist seller. See, now when you're a hobbyist seller, it's like when I was working my full time, it was certainly didn't hurt as bad when you had good sales. I mean, or bad sales. We have, oh, look at this. Tommy. Grab a fresh box of wine.
Oh my gosh.
She can't have wine anymore.
No, I can't have wine, but
that ship sailed a long time ago.
Yeah.
But I've lost my place. But thank you, Tommy. I appreciate you, man. Tommy. He's been very, very helpful behind the scenes. Tommy has. He's reached out a couple times. So thanks for that.
I think you're at 310.
Yeah, I think I'm at 310. Oh man, I'm way behind again. Tony's in the house. Tony Resales. Thanks for hanging out with us today.
Hanging up with us.
Well, he may have hung up at some point. And then Prosper says, stop rambling. So I will definitely not turn into a different channel here. Sweetdeal.vip. Thanks for the info. And then Tommy says, got to remember, number of listings is the most irrelevant thing about eBay. Doesn't matter if you have 50K listings or if no one wants them. Right.
That's so true.
We had that discussion today with Michael and Jennifer. And my thing is, look, it's not about the listings that you put out there. I know. It's not about the number of listings you put out there, because if you're doing $5 listings and you want 500 in your store, you're basically putting a lot of work on your shoulders. And, it's more about the value you're putting in. You can't put $50 in your store and expect to do $100 in sales every day. You might do it. I mean, over time you can.
Michael said it worked. Cha-ching. So his like button.
We've got Noah Design says Jenna's live slush fund, and Tommy here is your 1 cent.
Oh wow! Oh
wow.
My gosh!
Thank you guys.
I'll take myself to dinner.
We're gonna go to Sizzler, I think.
Enough with the Sizzler.
It's a thing now.
I mean,
it's a thing now. Again, I'm trying to find my place. Okay.
Because he just flings.
Well, because I have to acknowledge the generosity of these people.
I know.
So we have.
Wait, Jovial Juggler says, Happy Monday, FAE fam. Happy National Wait for It Handcuff Day. Ooh. Those could be either a good thing or a bad thing. Are they fluffy or are they not?
Little wine and handcuffs. What a heck of a combination. Let's see. Kim says, just made a final payment on my Europe cruise. That's my driving force these days. That's awesome. So where are you going?
Cruise.
That's awesome. Let's see. Shane says, yeah, you're definitely not alone. Sweet deal. Noah Design. A lot of people know the numbers game and reselling, but not a lot of people know how to make it work. And that's a challenge, though. I mean, here's the thing. If you're a reseller and you're just starting, how are you going to know to make it work unless you get out there and try here and there, fail a little bit. And I think that's what makes a lot of these YouTube channels, not just mine, a lot of others. It makes having someone that you can learn from very important. Talking to Michael, he was saying, hey, I was out on my own island. I call that eBay island, where you don't really have, you start talking to your product. That's how lonely you get. And it's one of those things where, you can now, even if you're never talking to that person, you can pull them up on YouTube and just learn from their mistakes and avoid making those mistakes. Learn what sells, where it doesn't. And I think that can go a long way. I thought I had a sale there. I have it on vibrate for some reason. Lawrence Trombley says, to switch your listings from one store to another on InkFrog, do you have to end the listings first? Do you have a video on how to do this? Well, no, I don't have a video on how to do it. I actually paid them their monthly fee, and I used it for a few days, and I canceled. So I don't even have access to it anymore to do a video. But it's one of those things where you go in, you sync up your accounts with all your listings in both stores, right? Or just maybe you have the one store that has a listing, so you're syncing up both accounts, but it's going to pull from both accounts. And if you only have the stuff on one account that you're trying to pull over, it'll just have that. And then, so once you've pulled that over, you go in and you into eBay, and you'll end the items that you don't want to sell on that account anymore. Then you go back into InkFrog, and I believe there's an ended tab on there, and you find the ended items, and you'll go in and select all those, but you need to go in and select the store that you're actually relisting them in. So instead of like store A, you can pick store B and then just relaunch the listings, and it'll push all those listings over to the other store. That's how I did it. The problem is, and the thing that just drives me nuts with InkFrog is, okay, store A, I have like maybe a handful of business policies. Store B, I don't have the same business policies, like the shipping, the the payment policy, and your return policy. And it'll create its own little InkFrog business policies to replicate the ones that you're moving over, right? And it's just a pain. It causes a huge mess in your business policies, and it took me a little while to clean it out and to move things over. That's another issue altogether. But for the most part, it saves you a lot of time of having to go in and create new listings in the new account. We have Janet in the house. Hi from Georgia. How you doing, Janet? Tommy says, same here, up 44.5% last 31 days. Haven't listed in 5 days. Hopefully this fever and lack of energy subsides. Wow.
Oh man.
So
I hope you feel better, Tommy. That sucks.
Yeah. So hopefully you don't have the Rona. Yeah. So take some you could do, we actually found that this worked for us, is get some tonic water. It's nasty though.
It is nasty, but it works.
Yeah, it helps the aching and the like.
It's tonic water with.
It don't even just tonic water. Just ice.
It has something.
I think it starts with a P, I think, but nonetheless, I could tell you it's nasty, but it does help. And you're talking to someone who had like a fever for like a solid 2 days, and that helped me a lot, even though I hated the taste of it.
Quinine.
Yeah.
Quinine.
Where did P from? Okay.
I don't know. It's a backwards P.
Let's see. Bearded PokeTuber says, anyone else just briefly see the new selling page on mobile app for a few minutes? No, I have not actually. I have not seen it. Let us know what's different about it. Grace Anzalone says, hi, John and Jenna. Love your content. Could you please give a shout out to our eBay store, Superior Deals? You guys are the best. Yeah. So you guys get a chance, check out the Superior Deals store on eBay.
Is that the name of the store?
Yeah, Superior Deals.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's spelled out properly without the exclamation point, I think. But here's the thing. I don't get a lot of, like, for instance, you guys know my channel or my eBay store, Value Trends. We have another store called Hot Desert Deals, and we do get some viewer traffic. A lot of it's just to see what we're doing, but not a whole lot of viewer sales, and that's fine. I don't. The purpose of sharing my channel. In fact, I was very reluctant for a long time to share my channel with you guys, my store with you guys, because I didn't want traffic. I wanted organic traffic in my store. I didn't want extra traffic of just people looking at what I'm doing, because I think that hurts your sell-through rate in the algorithm, and I'm just weird that way with the algorithm. But, at some point, the channel got big enough to where, hey, this is what I'm doing. And you guys kept asking, and I don't mind sharing it, but it certainly isn't my mind is, I think you got to have like a huge store or a huge channel to get a lot of viewer sales, and that's never been the point here on this channel.
I mean, for so long we didn't even say our store name.
Yeah. And I was just going to share with you guys, I actually had a company that I turned down a company for a sponsorship that I realized that at the Super Bowl, they actually ran a bunch of ads on the Super Bowl. And I'm like, wow, I passed up some money here. They're dishing out millions of dollars to go in the Super Bowl. But the thing for me is, and I was telling this to Michael, and then we were having a conversation about that too at lunch today, that, you know, if the content's not a fit, if, you know, for instance, if someone wants to sponsor the channel and have me do a 15-20 second blurb about their business, if it doesn't relate to you guys, I mean, if it's not something anyone on the channel is not going to benefit from, you know, it doesn't even matter at that point to me about the money. I'm not going to, you know, provide that information to you. I want to make sure that anytime we do a sponsorship, it's something that I can endorse, that I know is going to be something that people would want. And you know, I've had some businesses approach me. I'm working with some companies right now, and if it doesn't turn out to be the right product, then it ain't going to happen. That's just the way I look at it. It's not about making money, but the reality is, when you do a YouTube channel, after a while, you know, it does become part of the business, an extra revenue stream. It's really no different than me selling on Mercari or Poshmark. It's bringing in an extra revenue stream so that it does make up for the time that I spend. And you know, you guys who support the channel just by being here. I mean, forget the fact that we have some awesome people that send super chats and stuff like that. That's totally unexpected. It's the fact that you're here hitting that like button and contributing to the conversation. Now, keeping in mind, I didn't have anything on to bring to you other than, you know, hey, Motivation Monday, get off your butt and get listing. And I rambled about a few other things, but the most helpful thing I basically did was to try to motivate somebody out there. You guys provide the content, so thank you for doing that. Bearded PokeTuber says, welcome me to the new experience, and after a few minutes, it went back to how it was. Interesting. So I'd like to know what was different about that listing tool. Maybe it's something that maybe eBay's, I guess that's a no-brainer. eBay's tinkering in the background.
I was gonna say they do that every
maybe
day.
They're tinkering. No, they're tinkering. They just don't tell us they're tinkering, and that's why it frustrates me so much. That just come out and let us know that, hey, we're tinkering with stuff on the platform. You might see some craziness, but, you know, don't worry. Or worry, maybe some servers are down, and this is why you're going to lose sales this weekend. I think most sellers would appreciate that more than just it being a mystery. Fart sack, Jack, I hit the thumb. If you don't get a sale in 23 and a half hours, I'll let you know you could buy something. Yes, for the same amount you spent on hitting that thumb, I'll pay full price. Mike says, eBay finally turned my store on today after an abysmal week of single sale days. Made 8 today, back to normal. Yay. And I think,
isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I mean, we have days like that too, where we sell absolutely nothing or 1 or 2 items. And then all of a sudden the following day, we get like 10, 12, 15. It's crazy.
Yeah. And, you know, getting a lot of offers. I turned down like 2 offers today. You know, again, I get an offer that we talk about low ballers, right? Okay. Whether they exist or not in your mind, that's up to you. But we get an offer that's way lower than what I would want for this particular item. And I don't play the game where we go back and forth and we kind of inch back to the middle and, you know, find that middle ground. No, I ain't playing that game. I let them know, okay, a lot of times I have enough room to meet them halfway. So I can use the term, you know, hey, how about I meet you halfway on this? You know, based on my cost and fees, this is the very best I can do, right? So, okay, I send them the offer. They come back a half an hour later and they've only inched their offer up by $1. So I'll come back at them again with the same price that I had before, saying, look, I don't play a lot of these negotiating games like a lot of other sellers might play that you're used to. This is when I say this is my bottom line. This is my bottom line. Now, sometimes that works. Sometimes it doesn't. They come back with another $1, right? At that point, okay, you've struck out. You've had 3 chances to submit an offer. I then decline. And That's kind of how I roll.
That's what happens on Posh, and people play these games
right.
where it's a constant $1 this, $1 that. I'm not playing your games. I will decline. You know.
Well, I think that's just it. You get these people that think they're on Poshmark, right?
Yeah.
This is the tactic. People are so desperate for sales on some of these platforms that they are used to getting some sellers that'll come down to their price if they've asked over and over and over again. You know, to me, that's, I mean, you can get mad about it, right? But I don't. I just move on because there's so many other people. I would rather than accept a low ball offer, I'd rather take that ballpark price and just reprice my item than to be strong armed into giving it away. That's just the way I feel. I would rather take my middle ground price that I offer them and reprice the item and let someone serious, because you're really, if you don't value the item the way I do, then we just don't have a sale. It's not going to work out. Ping G says, hello, John and Jenna. Thanks for hanging out with us today. We have Eddie Estrada in the house. Went early at 6:30 a.m. to source local thrift shops President's Day sale, 50% off. Picked up $250 coral boots for $60. Corral. Okay. A best wax spiral candle for $5 and 8
best
bags.
Wax.
Oh, must be some pretty good wax. And 8 bags of clothing, spent $300 total. Awesome. So hopefully you can flip that, at least do 3X on that. I don't know the value of, if you're talking those Corral boots are $60 to $250. Now I'm wondering if that's retail. You may not be getting retail from the thrift store, but you're going to be able to get something pretty good there. Linda Boca says, hi, everyone.
Hello.
Mike's going to be in Vegas the 20th and 23rd.
20th through the 23rd.
Get your tickets now. Sorry. Bear Hardcore Picker says, evening, folks. How are you doing today? It was Gurf. It was.
You said what? The 20th through the 20th?
Yeah, that's the following weekend. Says, hi, guys. Finally catch you live. Thanks for hanging out with us today. And no bullshit. Hit the like button, people. This is valuable, interesting information. I need to start listing some vowels for you guys. You guys need some vowels.
So
serious. Linda Boca says, need your help. This weekend, I had a large price sale from a repeat customer over $5,000, and along with the sale, I got eBay alert that my managed payments are on 5-day review. That's weird. Well, I can tell you this: if you get a sale that isn't in line with your history, your sales patterns, and you're an established seller, you're going to be hit with that. They're going to put funds on hold, and it just they think that maybe it's. You could be. See, this is the thing. They want to treat every seller as if we're criminals, even though your background history with eBay doesn't support that theory, because maybe one person in the past has done that. And it's sort of like going back to my days in the corporate world at Amtrak. Policy was always created by the employee, not by the management. And the reason I mean that, and I use us as eBay sellers as quote unquote employees, because you get one bad apple employee who does something that's not in the rule book. Now the company has to make a rule to prevent that from happening again, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So my theory has always been, it's in our case, the sellers who make policy, not eBay. They are reactionary. They react to the bad intentions of one or two or a handful of sellers, and they treat everyone else as if we're the same seller. And unfortunately, they're going to put your money on hold until the item arrives and all is good, unfortunately. No One Design 2 says, Tommy, that is all I do for eBay. Just run numbers. That matters. And I haven't listed a single item for 6 years. Like I said, that's what crackheads are for. Now, do your employees know that you refer to them as crackheads? I'm just curious about that.
Hey, as long as they're getting paid, right?
Yeah.
I don't think they'd care.
They could be crackheads. Maybe he knows more about them. Yeah. Linda Boca says, spoke with eBay and they said that they regularly review counts and put the temp hold, but I can still list and buy postage. Of course you can. They'll take those fees. They'll take those funds towards postage, that type of thing. But they are going to put a kibosh on you having that money in your bank account because they think that you could be up to the same no good that the person that they had to deal with when they made the policy, was up to.
Huh?
Yeah, they put a kibosh on it, and it's not right. If you have high enough volume, that doesn't happen. But most average sellers, they come across that really big score at a yard sale, and they think I'm going to make $1,000 on this item. But if eBay is not used to you selling an item over $50, they're thinking something's up. This person might be trying to get over on a buyer, and it shouldn't have to be that way. I think they can hit your bank account, right? They can ding your account. So if there's a problem with that sale, they can always, recoup it. But apparently eBay doesn't think that way. If it flips its ship, says, okay, whatever, I was trying to catch Gold Rush when you guys pop up. What's Gold Rush? Is that one show? I don't know. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to script your Gold Rush. But thanks for hanging out with us, though. Hawkeye Pickers says, giving up a thumbs up from Southwest Iowa. No bullshit says sex education teacher and a physical education coach, and that's not that kind of fits. Well, you know what? I would be a bad physical education coach.
If you could have heard him huffing and puffing as he's walking doing the night golf.
Hey, it was cold out there. It was cold. Sad. It was like 40-something degrees out there. It was cold.
They would have never been able to outrun the cops.
Thomas says, I'd love to hire a photographer. Sadly, all 12 of the residents in Delaware are already employed. Jan says, watching from Deltona, Florida. Deltona. Is that like by Daytona?
Daytona?
I don't know. Let's see. Well, thanks for hanging out with us today. Let's see. No One Design 2 says, nah, Jenna, you're right. It has nothing to do with the economy.
Yeah, I just really do feel like it has to do with everything that you're selling.
I think
there's a small fraction that deals with the effects of the economy.
I think some of it has to do with the economy. I think there would be, look, we're losing buyers on the platform. Why are we losing buyers on the platform? Now, how does eBay, you don't just go and say, okay, as a buyer, you just don't go and click one button one day and say, I'm out. I ain't buying from you no more. Who does that? Nobody goes on there. I don't even know if there's a way you can cancel your account on eBay. I guess you can, but I don't think that's how eBay's measuring it. They're measuring it by, okay, we had this number of unique buyers last year, and we have this many unique buyers this year. And while they all have active accounts, we've lost active users on the platform. And why do you lose active users on the platform? That's because they probably don't have as much money to spend. Now eBay has, I guess you can make the argument that eBay has made the platform more difficult for buyers. When we had some the fall update, I think last year, the fall update, people were saying that their buyers can't find their item anymore. They had their categories set up, and now they try to find it, and they can't find the item that they normally would be able to find with eBay search. And then we talk about last week, all these glitches. You can't even find your own item in your store. You type in a keyword that is there, like I have a light fixture that I just sold, but I listed it, and I try to look up the word light. I can't find it.
You sold something you listed?
Yeah.
That's ironic.
Yeah, I always do. But I can't find it. And if I can't find it and my buyers can't find it, who's buying it? So it's frustrating. And I think a lot of it, though, is you have an economy that is preventing people from being able to afford the kind of stuff that, what do they call it? They call it, it's a certain kind of spending where you just spend without thinking about it, right? I don't know the terminology, but you guys know what I'm talking about. $20, I don't care. It's kind of cool. I'll buy it, right? But I mean, when people are looking to pay their bills, they're trying to find ways to get money. And that's not everyone's situation. I'm not trying to say that, but there's a number of people who are no longer on the platform because they simply, the idea of, discretionary spending. They don't have that extra money to just go blow on eBay for something that looks cool.
Why do you keep going up?
I'm looking for where I was at. It's very difficult to do this.
Go down.
I ain't going to say that. The thought came across my mind, and I'm going to shut up now.
There you go. Rick.
Okay. J-Dub Retro says, Sunday was crickets after a strong Saturday. Already 3 times Sunday sales today. I've added low ASP items, a $300 piece CD collection, and they're selling fast. So that's awesome. James says last 3 days sales have been great, 900 average per day. Yeah, I think I saw you say that, but I know that you were having some issues even before that. And I'm wondering though, overall, how have your sales been for the last month? I think that for many, it's kind of fallen off a little bit. Linda says November, December were slow, but January, February is back. I sell high ticket, average sale $300. Okay. I like that. And the whole idea of selling a higher end item, there's some stores that swear by volume, and bread and butter is $5 or $10. And I guess it's fine. If you're listing a lot of,
What was that?
I have a little baseball league that I'm in, so I think it's my turn to draft or whatever. But
Wow.
yeah, I do everything, guys. I'm like, my hands are in everything. So yeah, I think that it's a lot easier to sell one $300 item, take the time, make sure the listing looks good and everything's good, than to sell 10 $30 items. And if you have that one listing where you can just have a bunch of the same $30 item, I think that's probably just the same to me as one $300 item, because it's one listing. But I'm talking about different listings and different photos and different listings you have to create. It works, says if I'm listing good items, I never have issues with sales. You just have to feed eBay listings that people want. Yes. Mm-hmm. And we've said this many times before. You can have a crap listing with an iPhone and you're probably going to sell it. Mm-hmm. Now, it may take you a couple hours, whereas if you had a good listing, it may take an hour. You may not be able to get as much for it than if you had a really good listing at a good promoted rate. But you're going to sell it. Something that is kind of lukewarm, where there's a lot of competition and you have a crap listing, you're going to be stuck on page 5 or 6, and good luck selling that item unless you have a really good price and someone's searching for it by price. Biff says I'm way up 45% over 2022 so far, but I had 1 mega day that has beefed up that percentage. Okay. Tommy says have to look what he lists, what will tell you why his sales are down. He's a YouTuber now. eBay is work.
Talking about something. It's a side chat.
Oh, okay, side chat. Well, that too. YouTubers sometimes transform into from an eBay seller to YouTuber that happens to sell on eBay for content. I hope that, in fact, I got to tell you, that ain't happening here. I enjoy too much selling on eBay. It is very difficult for me to make videos, and just because of the type of content I want to put out there, and coming up with topics to share with you guys. I can't see that myself not selling on eBay, or even at half the volume that I'm selling at right now. William Poland says, I just started selling on eBay for the first time, and I put 8 items on 7-day auction and got 4 offers. I accepted, and only 1 has paid, and the other want me to call or email them, and I'm not doing that. No, don't do that.
Ever do that.
That's where you get into trouble. So don't do that. Okie Treasure Hunter says, what's up, homies?
What's up, homies?
Homies. See, that's what we should name my other store, Homies Depot. We had a little laugh about that today.
Yeah.
Josh E is in the house. A based couple, nothing better. Awesome. Thanks for being here with us today. No One Designs says, don't worry, Jenna. We will only ask questions about John's dirty little secrets. Hey, I might be in the chat that day. Well, I actually, I take that back.
What? He won't be, because he'll have no service.
Mm-hmm. You guys can get all the hate out if you want.
Oh,
God. Picky Ricky, you can still do the live on split screen remotely. No, I have no reception there.
The reception where he goes is 0. It's none. I don't hear from him for the whole week.
So she's going to have to take on both stores and do the lives. I may even have her make a video.
Get the out of here.
Kim says, Jenna, you underestimate yourself. You have a great answers and give great advice. Yes.
Thank you, Kim.
Let's see. Time traveler's chest. Jenna, we got your back. Love seeing you, and I know you'll do great.
Aw, thank you.
If it flips, it ships. Everyone has felt this in some way or another. Give a little, take a little. Just don't set your hands too long when the market reverses. No, you need to get those listings up because it may be slow now, but when things get better, you're going to be able to just hit the ground running. I think I get motivated in the summer when I don't get a lot of sales. And I know that when the sales do start again, in the fall, that I'm going to have a bigger store and more things that could sell. Michael Biddle, it worked. Cha-ching.
Cha-ching.
Awesome. Got to hit that like button and you get that sale. Tyler's in the house.
Ricardo got one too.
Hey, so sorry I'm late. It's okay. You're here and you probably aren't that late.
Tyler.
Keena's in the house. I'm late, but going through death piles and lost track of time. Hey, it's all right. Ricardo says it's about the items in your store. Have good low price items and good high price items, and everything will eventually sell. It will. And, it's one of those things where once it sells, you then, to get it to sell, you can put it on an auction and get those out of your store if you want. That's what I put about 5 items up on auction that are ending this evening.
We haven't checked Mercari.
It's all right. We don't have to ship it today. It doesn't have to go out till tomorrow. William Poland says, how do you deal with buyers that won't pay? You send the invoice.
You cuss and scream.
No,
and nothing happens.
Just send the invoice. Send the invoice. Make sure you send an updated invoice. Maybe if it's a higher priced item, follow up with an email. Hey, just touching base because I'm going to have to relist this here tomorrow if you don't pay. And if they don't pay on the 4th day, just go ahead and relist it, block that buyer, and move on. Brenda says, always look forward to the John and Jenna show on Monday nights. Thanks for all that you do. Thanks, Brenda. But we also do it on Friday nights. So hang with us. Well, she'll be doing one by herself, but hang out with us.
We're not even, I am not going on that live by myself until April.
That's right.
Comprende?
We might give her some practice, though.
No, we won't.
So No One Design says, here is a heads up. And the schedule listing is free when you turn it on the single listing. But if you bulk schedule it, we'll charge you. So look out for that. eBay is working on that to fix it.
Oh.
So it doesn't surprise me that a change to this is still resulting in you getting charged for it.
Fees.
Well, but that's not supposed to happen. So they're looking at ways to fix it. You could probably go in and get a credit, just like with I think another channel is having problems with the gallery feature on certain category items. Supposed to be free, but they charge $1 a piece. So when you're listing hundreds of items, that can be an extra expense that you weren't expecting. The Monster Loon says, hi, Flippin' Fam. How you doing, Monster Loon? Josh E says, don't let the China virus get you down. Yeah, Tommy, don't let that virus get you down.
Yeah.
Just know you're building yourself up, and what doesn't kill you can only make you stronger, right?
Let your immune system do the work.
Jovial says, shine a black light on a bottle of tonic water. It glows a beautiful blue. Okay. But does that help you with... No, the tonic water does work. So get a little ice in it. It
does. It works for my migraines. I'm a chronic migraine sufferer, and it works for my migraines. I have it in my refrigerator as we speak.
Jeff Zennick says, greetings from
Tallahassee.
Ricardo says, thank you, John and Jenna. Hit the like button a few times moments ago and just received the cha-ching. Well, he hit the lime button.
The lime.
Yes, his has a lime button.
Lime and the coconuts.
Yeah. What is in that drink you're drinking right there? Let's see. Callie Deb says, hi, John and Jenna and everyone. Hi. I'm late. Thanks for being here today.
It's here. Hey, hey.
Tommy says, eBay just dropped an app update on iOS. So that's good. That's a good heads up, Tommy. I got to tell you, if you do not have the updated app, it'll still work on your phone, but you are more subject to glitches without the app updated. So update the app, get it updated so that you don't run into problems. I had that one time, and it was giving me all kinds of problems, issues. It was hanging. It was pausing and getting stuck, and I had to go in and update the app. Ed is in the house. Hey, John and Jenna. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Andrew Morad is everyone's eBay still down. My sales traffic has been way down, and all my items are 100% sell-through rate.
I don't have an update.
Seems like a couple people's sales are back. Well, I mean, for me, my sales kind of took a dip when I left. I mean,
Took a
it's like the store knew I wasn't here, and I'd say probably about a 40% decrease in sales Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But as soon as I got back to work today, boom, back to normal. So I don't know what that's all about.
I also put together my desk on Friday.
Yeah, we got our desk. We got her one of those desks, as elevating desks that have
the standing. And
yeah,
push the button.
But hers has like drawers and little area to put the monitor.
Nicer.
More like an actual desk, and we got that for $63, which is a steal. Ed says my sales have been bad so far, but that's because personal life events have made me not want to focus on reselling for a bit, but slowly bringing myself back up. Yeah,
you got this, Ed. I know personal life things can really drag you down, but
yeah,
it turns around.
Yeah, and you just got to sit down and just have a moment of reflection with yourself and ask yourself, why am I not out here listing? Why is it harder to list? And, what's going to be the result if I don't get out there and list? You just got to have that conversation and just in your mind. And
it's okay to take some time for yourself. Go take a walk. Wait, isn't Ed in California?
Yeah. Don't. He's in LA. Go take a walk.
Oh, take a walk.
LA is too dangerous.
Go to the beach. Walk along the beach.
Yeah.
Get some fresh air.
Let's see. Prosser says eBay should put up a message saying something like scheduled maintenance plan for the next 24 hours.
I agree.
Right. But I think what they're afraid of is you're going to have, again, they think we're all this person, right? They don't do this because they think they're going to get negative feedback from just one or more people, probably a handful, that are going to demand part of their selling fees back because you didn't make my store available the entire month. I mean, you got people that are like that just don't understand. I mean, we had service outage on our internet for like 3 different days.
Yeah, it was so annoying.
The thing went out, and they had to send technicians out to replace a component in the box in the neighborhood, and we were out of service for like 3 or 4 hours. I mean, after the fourth time, they ended up giving us a credit, but I wasn't going to say nothing the first time or two, and I didn't. And I just, after I think the fourth time, it was like, okay, this is just a little bit ridiculous.
I mean, because it's our business. But we can't really do much of anything.
But, here's the deal. These companies need to communicate that. They don't understand the impact that these things have on people in their lives. Look, some people may only have a certain amount of time to work. And if you're taking the ability for them to actually work, like the software is down, the site's down, the app's not working properly, that's losing people money. And of course, I don't think eBay sees it that way. And they're just afraid of having to deal with the people that are going to, scream and yell. And there are people like that coming from the call center world. There's people that will complain and scream over something that's really insignificant. And I think that may be why they're not communicating. It's horrible.
Something that you have absolutely no control over.
Yeah. I mean, we would have schedule changes and we knew about it weeks in advance. We're going to put you on a bus from, here to there because the train can't run all the way through. And we would give you a month's notice. As soon as we found out, we'd let you know. And these people would act like we just ruined their vacation.
Or, somebody would get hit by a train and killed. That person died. And you have this other caller who's waiting on the train, but the tracks are blocked because there's an accident and somebody just lost their life. But they're yelling and screaming at you because they think you can just clear the path, and
it was the Amtrak's fault for that.
Oh yeah.
So, here's the deal. I mean, I don't know why these companies don't communicate better. I really don't. There's no excuse for it. I mean, I try to make excuses, I guess, but there's really not a real good excuse for it. Again, they think that the stuff we sell on eBay is really theirs, apparently. We're just here to sort of make sure it gets sent to the right buyer. But in the reality, it is our business, and it should be looked at as a partnership between eBay and the seller. And unfortunately, they just don't do a good enough job to, facilitate that relationship. Brian Switzer says, I hate turning down offers. I do it, of course, but I'm always afraid I'm going to piss off the algorithm when I do. I turned down a couple, but I still had a few more that came in. If you try to communicate with the potential buyer that, here's a counter offer, maybe try to bring them back to earth as to what the right price is. I think there's something to that rather than just hitting the decline button. Tommy blocks the offer after the first low ball on Posh. I'd say $20 a month to be able to turn offers off. Yeah. On Poshmark, I think offers can be kind of a pain, but
it gets annoying because, like I said, what was it, Friday or Saturday? I don't even know. For one, I played the game twice. She made a really low ball offer. I came down like $2 from my original price. Then she came back again, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not playing this game. And I declined and I blocked her. I don't have time for that.
If all sellers would just agree on one thing, look, we're not going to give our stuff away. Stop giving your stuff away, okay? Because once you do that, okay, fine, you gave your item away, right? You got them out of your hair. You maybe moved on from an item that, has been sitting there for a while. But in doing that, you've just basically conditioned that buyer that, wow, there might be more people here that will take my low ball offers, because if it doesn't work, they're not going to do it. But because it works, they're going to go and take every purchase opportunity. When you have those best offers on, they're going to try to hit you with lowball offers. We just need to collectively stop doing it. Biff says, I don't take counter offers either. I give them one good shot. If they're really playing games, decline and block. If it flips, says turn off offers and no returns, set it and forget about it. I've sold some stupid stuff. I agree with you on the first part. If you are annoyed by the low offers, maybe turn it off. But as far as no returns, there is no such thing as no returns. Anyone can say this is a 9 ad, and it doesn't matter if you have no returns on. That's going to be overridden by eBay. Tommy says, Brian, that's 100% a YouTuber myth. If that was true, people that have auto decline on and or doesn't take offers, period, would never see a sale. That the idea that if you decline too many, your sales are going to tank. I don't try to look at it as an algorithm thing when I'm getting an offer from somebody. I look at it as an opportunity. Maybe they are serious about wanting the item, but if I come at them with, here's what I'm into, I won't even go that far anymore. But I'll tell them, look, based on my cost and eBay fees, this is the lowest I can go. And if they try to up their bid by $1, I'll tell them, look, I'm not playing this game. This is my price. And if they come back again, it's game over. You struck out. Dave Philman says, I had a food item on auction. A buyer bidded up the price crazy high. Then someone writes me, I'm price gouging. Next thing you know, eBay removes item. Flipping really isn't easy. Oh, man. Price gouging. I don't even think that's really a thing.
It's bid up because people are willing to pay those prices.
Right. So, I mean, look, so I guess I was price gouging when I bought that $70, deal and sold it for $1,800.
Yeah.
Prince Vinny says, hey, John and Jenna, flipping ain't easy. It's hard work. If you're doing the right things, it's hard work. If you're not doing the right things and have this attitude, oh, this is the easiest thing, you're probably not selling many items. And
probably doing not something right.
Yeah.
Probably not doing something
because right. I could tell you, dealing with a chargeback is not easy, especially when you never dealt with one before, unless you just let the buyer win. I guess if you just let everything to default to the buyer winning, don't take the return, maybe don't respond to the return request, maybe take your sweet time when you get the return sent back and let the buyer win every case, and you don't care about that, I guess if I could afford to do that, this business would be really easy. Hard Drive Data Rescue says, hello, everyone.
I think that's Roman. If I'm following the conversation
it could be
correctly.
Tommy knows one thing, that YouTube is making him more money than eBay. Monster Loons has been slumping on listing in 22. My sales reflected. Stepped up my listing in January. Still slow on sales. Last week suddenly got quite a few sales, all older items. Yeah. And there's something to that. I think You have a lot of older items sitting around just doing that end item sell similar. I can tell you, I think it works.
Yeah, see, there's this. I
Okay.
guess he's suspended on his other YouTube
Ah.
account. What'd
Jovial,
you do, Roman?
Jovial says, had a buyer counteroffer 16 cents lower on a $34 item this weekend. 16 cents. What the question mark? I reviewed his feedback. He leaves for sellers. Not good. Declined. Yeah. And I'd let him know. You know what? I may have taken your 16 cents less, but not the way you treat sellers. Have a nice day. Laura Gillette says another no-show day here in New York. No snow day. Well, it could be a no-show day too. I mean, who had the lime instead of a live or the like button? Someone had a lime and not like, so that could have been a typo. Prosser says
Tommy suspended you. How?
Prosser says since I started to aim my focus on eBay more than other platforms, my sales have been stronger. I think that's what's needed for your primary platform. Yeah, for sure on that. Sal's Mercado says hello, heavy hello. Heavy hello.
Heavy hello, not a light hello.
It is heavy.
Hey.
Biff says I had a company make a rule after I left. I worked at a high end. Okay. I had
Hold on, we have chaos.
someone, people at the door for some reason. Hopefully it's not the mail carrier. They came into work when they were off today. Then a friend of mine's trying to call me on my phone. But Biff says I had a company make a rule after I left. I worked at a high-end resort and had party in a room in my last day. Noise complaints, bathtub flooded, broken glass in the fireplace. Yeah. We make the rules. The customers, or in this case, we're eBay's customer. It's the bad people that create the rules that we have to pay for. The folks that stay on the platform have to pay for the folks that aren't even on the platform anymore, unfortunately. The truth be you have anyone getting error message when they're listing an item. I have to verify that I'm a real person for every listing. Plus, I'm not able to share my listings at the same time. No, I haven't had that. It must be a thing if you're a newer user, but I would be on the phone with eBay trying to figure that out. Let's see. Linda says the customer purchased multiple items averaging $400 each. eBay is even holding payments that were supposed to be deposited into my account that evening. First time ever. Yeah, I would be on the phone with somebody again. I mean, of course, the frontline rep that answers the call is not the one you need to make a case to. It's probably the dispute department or trust and safety, and find out what their thought process and their reasoning is behind it. J-Dub Retro says Craigslist Hunter broke it down with all the people selling stuff to him right now. Don't know what that's about. I keep missing some questions. I'm hitting a lot of sidebar answers, so I apologize. Tommy says, Linda, this is happening a lot. After this, it shouldn't happen again unless you have another big spike bigger than this one. Laura's waiting for house prices to come down so my boyfriend and I can move out of our parents' houses. Well, that might be a while, unfortunately. I mean, let's hope. But the inflation is causing problems. And then, of course, interest rates are making that tough too. Picky Ricky says, I told you Amazon are our competition. People want to get snobby about buying from Amazon. I mean, you have a lot of Amazon buyers that come to eBay and think that it's the same platform. It's not. They're different platforms. Edward McHugh says, I'm shipping a 14-ounce 8x7x3. The U.S. Post Office first class package is $678, and priority flat rate is $760. It used to be $348. It's the end of first class. It might be, or it might be something that they end up repackaging it. Crazy Awesome says, hello from CB Cat. Thanks for letting me know I'm not alone in this mess of sales drops. Yeah, that's why we all come together and chat, get a pulse on what's happening. Not everyone's going to be slow. I'm not slow as compared to what I was over a month ago. Noah Design says eBay losing buyer on the platform, and then they get new buyers as well. Even though the numbers say eBay's losing buyers, has no effect to everyday sellers like us. I think it does, though. I think that, okay, maybe your sales aren't down. Maybe your sales would be even better if we didn't lose those active buyers on the platform. I don't see how that's a positive for any seller if there's a loss of buyers on the platform. you know, you might be doing the right things, but those right things might be doing even better if those people were here to buy your stuff. Wanda says many buyers become upset when the item they receive is drop shipped to them without them knowing. Yeah. But you know, what's the difference between that? Okay, look, you buy something on Walmart to then ship to your eBay buyer, right? It comes in a Walmart box. But what if I had a Walmart or Amazon box that I was recycling and I was shipping that item to them? Would they get upset? I haven't had anyone leave me negative feedback for repurposing an Amazon box, but maybe it's the invoice they get inside that triggers them. I don't know. Dave says, love your channel. Been following you ever since you had 500 subscribers. Wow. Well, thanks, Dave. Appreciate that.
That's awesome.
Thanks for hanging out with us. It just, to me, it's pretty awesome, you know, and having lunch today with Michael and Jennifer, just the fact that, you know, they tell me they watch all these videos, and it's kind of humbling in the sense that I'm just a guy who does what you guys do. There's nothing at all special about me at all.
That's not true.
No, there's nothing. I'm just a random person that's, you know,
there are
trying to help out.
Special about you.
Well, I'm glad you say that, but I'm just being real about it. Look, I'm not going to say, look, I got 17,000 subscribers, I'm the king of the world. It doesn't work. I mean, for some people, I guess that's the way they think. But I mean, I'm just amazed at the fact that we have that many subscribers, that many people like the content enough where they hit the subscribe button. That's awesome to me.
You're just a guy who helps us all out.
Well, let me get there.
Well, you're
Tommy
slow.
says, well, I know. Also, immediate is going to cause less accounts. People can't play games as mandatory pay rolls out. That's why it's the slowest rollout in history. Yeah. Bear Hardcore Picker says, what eBay doesn't consider is that the sellers are also buyers. When a seller leaves or they kick them off for some of their bizarre reasons, the buyer is gone also. Yes, I agree with that. Josh E says, all that free COVID money. Nope, don't have that anymore. No. So that's a drop off from like back when we were all getting free money. James says, for the month, finally up, but only 1%. Before the weekend, I was down like 10% and 13% down most of the month. But, you know, at least you got it back. I mean, I got mine back a month ago. It was not looking good at all a month ago, but, you know, make that change. Lee Hayes says, go A's, boo Angels. Well, I got to say,
go Angels.
A's aren't going to be doing very good this year. I'm sorry to say. I mean, the Angels may not either, but I can certainly say the A's aren't.
We've had a really bad pitching.
Yeah, well, I think this year is going to be different, but I guess that's a fan with a hopeful outlook. Crazy Awesome says, chatted with eBay today, and they told me it was my fault, and suddenly my listings suck.
Wow.
But you know what? I think we all think that what we have going on is better than it really is. You know, the results speak for themselves. Either your sales are good or they're not. And your sales aren't good. It's one of two things. Either the stuff you have sucks or your listings suck. And you can't have good, great items and suck listings and still not sell. You're going to get some sales. So it's one of those two things. It's not a combination of both, I don't think. Bear Hardcore Picker says, and a seller who was wronged by eBay will tell as many people as possible. What do they say? A bad experience will be shared by 10 people or 100 people or whatever. A good experience, maybe not so much. So the more negative stuff or experiences that people experience on this platform, overall, the long haul, the worse it gets. For eBay, that is. Trying to go through the sidebar. Sorry. Shane says, my sales are up 12% last 31 days. So overall, just a rough weekend for me. I'm finally getting a Google Fiber installed tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to being able to list faster. That's awesome. It's awesome. Or you can maybe just do a bunch of drafts, right? Get those done and then just launch them all at once. Maybe step away. Cha-Ching King says, so you're saying the vintage ceremonial headdress for a show horse, I might take a while to sell. Yes, that's exactly right. But that sounds kind of cool, actually. I had a horse harness that I picked up.
A mini horse harness
that's open box and looks
Should
like they
have
bought
kept
it.
it. I could have used it on my mini Highland cow that I'm going to get in the future.
Oh, gee. So I'm like, okay, picked it up for like $3 for this horse harness. They go for brand new, like $150. I think I finally took an offer for like $50 plus shipping. Yeah, just weird things can sell if you get the right people that need it. Truman lost in time picker, lack of disposable income plus lack of economic confidence plus unknown tax liability equals slow sales. Yeah, uncertainty creates a situation where, they don't feel comfortable or confident in spending, and they just don't buy that trinket that they would have bought. My boring reseller life, James says I would be selling on eBay even if I had unlimited funds in my account. Yeah, if you enjoy it, and I think James does, you could tell he enjoys it. He does sing a little off key and pitchy while he's working, but other than that, you could tell.
So do you, but you
nobody. I don't let. I don't share that with
ever
anyone.
be privy to that.
So if you're going to share that kind of stuff on your content, you're going to get judged. It's a little pitchy.
Okay,
Lori
Simon Cowell.
Lori Brackmeyer says, I think part of eBay's problem with losing buyers is eBay's advertising focus on high-end items and buyers rather than promoting eBay as a marketplace where anyone can find anything and everything. Right. It's eBay losing touch with their identity. They're looking at all these other platforms and they want to be pieces of those platforms. They want to integrate all the good things from those platforms and reinvent eBay. And you can't do that. I mean, eBay is eBay. They should embrace who they are. And I think if they keep embracing the larger sellers in these only like a handful of categories, it's going to push a lot of people away. They need to do a better job of saying, going back to the advertising that they used to do, buy it on eBay or whatever, right? Whatever their slogan was. They weren't pushing one type of item. I think it's a little short-sighted. That's just the way I look at it. And I know they want to compete with Poshmark and whatnot and all that, but come on, eBay. Noah Design says here's a little trick I use from time to time when you have to call eBay and get Bob from Manila. Just tell them you're Asian and your English is not too gooder, and they will help you like crazy. Wow, that's horrible.
You said plus your store sales start going up.
Oh, plus your store sales start going up. That's horrible. Did you say English?
English.
English.
That's
horrible. Lori says, and thanks for another great show. Can't imagine being on eBay Seller without the wonderful YouTube reseller community. Yeah. Again, there's so many pitfalls that we encounter here as sellers that if we didn't have this type of content, maybe I think it's easier now to sell than it was, say, 20 years ago when we didn't really have YouTube. You had bulletin boards and all that, but it's not the same. Mm-hmm. Johnny Lightning says, Mercari sellers that buy on Mercari always offer what the shipping is for an item they want free shipping. Yeah, you get a lot of people that want free shipping, but it's like, sorry, and they complain, shipping seems high. Well, I have it on calculated. That means that you're getting a discounted rate in most cases, like on eBay. And it's like I'm trying to gouge you for shipping. I don't even see that money. We got Brooklyn State of Mind. Brooklyn's in the house.
Brooklyn in the house.
Silver Hair Stacker says some of my lower priced items are selling. Hard times are making buyers look for deals. Yes, they still have a need, but they aren't as willing to spend the money that they would if they had the extra income to do so. Bear says buyers who don't pay, you send Big Tony to their door. Tyler, TRF13, I will come.
Tyler.
Okay. I will come on and we can do a gig worker special for Uber and stuff. Okay.
Maybe weird I can have my special guest.
Isn't he working right now?
He's actually in his room.
Oh, okay. Brooklyn State of Mind says, I hate that the USPS just got rid of the regional box rates. I never really used those regional A or B boxes. I just never saw a savings benefit. See, Jan's in the house on the road now. Yes, Deltona is halfway between Daytona Beach and off 14. Latest claim to fame is that we're now home on Amazon warehouse.
Home to an Amazon.
Okay.
That's
I think
cool.
A lot of places are getting their Amazon.
A lot of places are getting Amazon
Ed grew up in the ghetto part, but yes, I'd rather go walk Long Beach. It's relaxing.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what? If I had the beach is my serenity. And if I could, I was born in San Clemente, California. And if I could go back just to, rejuvenate my mind, I would be at so much peace for a while.
Monster Loon wants to know, is offer history reviewable by the public? I've received quite a few offers for the same amounts as previous offers to watchers decline counter offers. I don't think it is. I maybe
That's
I'm
a
wrong.
Good question.
But if I'm wrong, let me know.
I
Lori
don't know the
Lunn
answer.
says, hi, John and Jenna. I love your show. Flipping ain't easy. I see you have an email. I would like to send an email to you about something.
I sent it to her.
Okay. So yeah, that's for anyone who wants my email. I do answer emails. I don't leave you hanging. I get to every email. Flippin' ain't easy 2020 at gmail.com.
He may not get to it right away, but he'll eventually get
there.
to
It is right there. There it is right there. Shane says, when did eBay stop showing replies to feedback in the app? This is super frustrating. I didn't know they did replies in the app.
No. When did eBay stop showing the replies
to feedback on the app? Oh, okay. Buyer feedback.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't even notice that was a thing. I mean, I know that you can do, reply to negative feedback, but as far as looking for that reply, I didn't know that they weren't showing it.
Silver hair stacker
says Silver Hair Stacker says, still waiting to hear from eBay on my named in a lawsuit listing. Been 6 days. So I think from what I remember, you received a nastygram from eBay that you can't sell this item because you were named in a lawsuit or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. First you want to make sure that's a legitimate nastygram letter. But I would be on the phone with somebody, trust and safety, maybe find out what that is. Let's see. Picky Ricky says, buyer asked to buy a remote control shipped for £5. I was like, no, that leaves me enough all after shipping, fees and cost of items. He is like, shame. Yeah, I mean, people don't understand. They
don't get it.
They think that you magically pick that item off your tree and that the shipping ferry is just going to go in and just drop it off at their house. Ed says, yep, from Posh, offers is horrible. And funny thing is, half the time, those offers are from other Posh sellers. They should know that we're not going to accept.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I check. That's usually what.
And how many of them are going to try to relist that item on their store? I wonder.
Yeah, you always kind of have that in the back of your mind. But
Time Traveler's Chest says, friendly reminder, everyone, use their store code from eBay this quarter. I just remembered. Yeah, get that. Still have through March to use it. But and another thing I found out is if you upgrade your store, like from basic to the next level, the one that I don't even know the name of, I don't even care. They can call it whatever they want. But the chances are you're going to get an upgraded store coupon that you can spend on supplies. Nature Made in Utah says, have 630 items on eBay, get 1.2 million views a month. Average sell-through is 3.2%. I have no store. Is that average? I mean, it sounds pretty good. I don't know the traffic numbers that I have about 500 and some odd. Let me go to my traffic here. I have about 560 listings in my main store. And so you get, now you're talking about views. That can't be right. I have 10,294 page views. My impressions are 3.6 million. 3.6 million. So if you're talking 1.2 million views, are you talking about impressions? Because I think that's probably what you're talking about, because your sell-through would be a lot higher than 3.2% if you had that many page views for that size of a store. So it tells you, I mean, look, you can't compare. I have 3.6 million for a similar size store. You got 1.2. We're selling different things. So you don't know. I mean, you can't use my store as a gauge. I mean, I guess we can ask everyone what they think if they have, but you're going to have other people answer with different size stores.
Yeah.
And
different size stores, different inventory. I think a lot of factors. Like we were telling Mike and Jennifer, there's no way to compare stores. There really isn't. I mean, everybody's selling different things.
Well, here's the thing. I'm able to do things you can't. I can put markdown sales. I can do coupons. And if you don't have a store, you can't do those things. And I think that's a huge part of it. You'll probably have a higher sell-through rate once you can offer those things. Oh my goodness.
That's Roman.
Is that Roman?
Yeah. Read his comment.
I know. I want everyone else to read it.
It comes up when you click on it.
Oh well. Tommy says, "Thank you for advice with tonic water."
Tommy says.
Yes, I said that.
Oh, okay.
Tommy says, "Thank you for advice with tonic water," even though Bob and ChatGPT advised him otherwise. ChatGPT.
I want to know what ChatGPT.
It probably told him to drink some toilet water.
Ew.
Oh, ChatGPT.
Yeah, the tonic water is a game changer. You don't think it's working, but it's doing something, because I use it for my migraines.
Yeah, but thank you, Roman. I appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you.
Now I want to make sure it is Roman. So
I think I'm almost, between the conversation I saw, I think that's Roman.
But that's Hard Drive Data Rescue. So thanks for hanging out with us, and of course supporting us, even though you just wanted to poke at Tommy. Tommy's such a good sport. Gotta love Tommy.
Tommy pokes back though.
Yeah.
So
Ed says, do you think it would make a difference if eBay went as a private company instead of public? I think so, because see, they cater to the shareholders.
He said it is me.
And they cater to the shareholders, and if they didn't have them to cater to, because that is their bottom line. If they can show the shareholders that money was made, quarterly for the shareholders, what else would they have to look? What else would they have? They'd have the buyer and the seller, and the buyer experience, the seller experience would be sort of near the top of that priority list, where it's not right now. Let's see. Tommy says, I'm eating Roman penne, vodka, and pizza. So it can't. I know when I had COVID, I couldn't eat anything. It didn't even taste right. Cat-eyed goddess says, COVID money wasn't free money. We're paying for it in the form of inflation.
Exactly.
Economists refer it to as a tax. Yep. My economic teacher would always say, that's the only thing I ever remembered in high school, unfortunately, there is no free lunch. And he said it every day. There's no free lunch. So you may get something for free one day, but someone had to pay for that. Let's see. Victor's in the house. I block people who lowball and usually block them. Yeah. Lowball. Lowball offers. I mean, I guess we can call them lowball offers. I do some investigation before I get involved in that person. I want to see what kind of feedback. The last thing you want to do is hook someone up that has bad intentions for a seller who they like leaving negative feedback. So they have that going on. Chances are they're going to look for a problem with your item and leave you a negative feedback, and all because you gave them a deal. No, I don't like doing business. And I let them know, look, we're blocking you because of this. Maybe if you treat sellers better next time, less people will block you, but this guy blocked you. J-Dub Retro, mini horse rip big black. Wow. Well, I can tell you it's weird though. I mean, it's a harness for a mini horse. I mean, you're going to, okay. It is what it is. As long as they're sold.
They have to have the harnesses too.
Right.
I mean, and just because they're mini.
Now, here's the thing, and this comes to mind. Okay, people talk about, you shouldn't use stock photos. Okay. So what the heck am I going to do? I get a mini horse harness. What the heck am I going to put it on to show that it works? I mean, that's just it.
That's why I need a mini Highland cow, so I can we can take pictures.
No, I mean, there's just, look, you can't always take, okay, so I'm going to take a photo of this harness, and someone's not going to even have an idea what the hell it is, let alone, okay, do I want to buy it? And the other person that's using stock photos is going to get a sale because, that's exactly what I need for my mini horse. So I sold this because, yes, I do use stock photos from time to time. When I cannot, my photos will not support what the function of the item is. I will certainly do that. So eBay, I hope you're listening to me, because I'm going to continue doing that. TikTok says, Lori is so right. Lawrence Trombley says, do you think lowball offers come from other sellers poaching your listings? Could be. like on Poshmark, but then you start investigating. Is this a seller? You can click on their profile and see if they're selling or not. Tommy says, I don't think anyone on this planet enjoys eBay like James. I give him all the kudos in the world for it. Yeah. I mean, it's like, I'm amazed. It's like watching Raiders of the Lost Ark, the last scene where they are putting the ark away. That's what I think of when I see James's basement. Just, it's like incredible. We got, see, it doesn't come up down
Cha-ching
there.
King.
It doesn't come up down there.
Oh, okay.
Cha-ching King says, Mini Highland Cow Fund. Have a great night, everyone. Thanks, Cha-ching King. I think you have a channel too.
Yes.
Check him out. Thanks for supporting the channel. I appreciate you. And I know that I'm behind, but I can't be that far behind.
Yes, you can.
No, I can't be.
Yes, you can.
Okay. If it flips, says, I think every seller account should at least have some decent football cards. Maybe it tricks Uncle Algorithm. Yeah, I have some baseball cards that I can sell. I was buying some from Cincinnati Picker, and just all baseball cards do for me is just sit around. I don't display them or anything. Ed says that's kind of like what eBay is doing, in my opinion, focusing more on the new than the used. But you know what? I think that's a thing right now because people are having more of a difficult situation. They're going to be buying more used than new. Lisa says, oops, you're talking to Nature Made. So JW Retro, you could still use them. They're great sizes. It's calculated by weight now. That's the regional A and B boxes. You can use them as regular priority mail boxes. Tommy says Cubic is 100% of the time cheaper than regional rate. They're a wasted service that confused buyers. I never used it. I use Cubic from time to time, but I never use the regional boxes. Ed says, remember, John, don't bring that viewer from last week with the bad picture on the big screen. Chance it can ban your account. Yeah, thanks for that. I don't think I did this time. I don't think I even saw that person today. Wow. But thanks. That person had a weird picture that was inappropriate. Leith is in the house. Leith Bowden says, I have better stuff this year and huge increases in sales this month, this year. Rough day, though. I mean, you're going to have good days, you're going to have bad days, and you just can't let the bad days bring you down. No one Design says, what? You don't have an inventory tree? No. Well, I thought I had one, but that lady...
the tree died.
That lady said February, and she never contacted me again. Thrifting by JL. My motivation is I hate losing in anything until I reach my goal in dollars. I feel I'm losing. I'm too stubborn to give up. Feel like, John, you're the same.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I always think there's a reason, there's an explanation. So why, that's why I go and play golf all the time, right? I'll go hit someone's house or almost break their window. And I'll ask myself, why am I hitting it so bad? And I try to find the answer. And there's an answer out there. There definitely is.
Auction is.
Okay. So she's going to look up the auction. Let's see. Tommy says, Roman, for another $10, they'll unblock your other login. Yes, I will unblock you for buying on my store if for another $10. Don't send any more money, Roman. But thank you, I appreciate that.
$71.
Still at 71. Did it end?
It ended.
Yeah,
and they haven't paid yet.
How many?
Surprise!
What's the feedback? Let me guess. 0.
I don't know.
Oh, gee. Monster Loon, I wish the app would finally show feedback someone leaves for others. I'm more likely to accept a lower offer, it looks like. Yeah, I know that they don't do that.
100% positive feedback. There's 93 of them. They've been a member since 2019.
Okay. There's a good chance they'll buy it.
There's a good chance.
Otherwise, they don't like Elvis like they're saying that they like Elvis. Yeah. I'm getting kind of caught up, guys. Ed says, put it on the dog, the harness, or one of you guys get a horse costume and demonstrate the harness. No, that's going in the mail tomorrow. That's sold. Let's see. Shane says the problem with publicly traded companies like eBay is quarterly increases are more important than long-term sustainability. The marketing department drives up ship never-ending changes. Yes, I agree with that 100%. Let's see. Picky Ricky says, I need to find time to get down to the gym. I'm getting a bare belly down here. I got to tell you, I need to do that too. Now, will I? Probably not, but no. I might break out the old Tybo tapes. I don't think we have Tybo tapes, but they have the Tybo.
Have a tape player.
Well, I might break out Tybo and watch it on YouTube. Little Billy Blanks action. Can you imagine that? I'm outside by my product doing a little exercising. Lori says, my daughter is a mean mini horse you can have.
Oh no, a mean one?
Yeah, well, I don't know about that.
I had a mean pony when I was a young kid.
William Arthur Gurley the Fourth says, do you think eBay should offer to do a tax withholding and also help withhold the Social Security tax for full-time sellers? No, I look, eBay is required to, well, the sellers are required to do that. And eBay just stepped in and said they're going to do it on our behalf, and they're going to collect the fees as, you know, they fee us on the taxes they collect. And I'm kind of good with that, only because it would have been a headache to have to deal with that. As far as the Social Security taxes for full-time sellers, they don't care about sellers in that way. They basically put the onus on us. Like when I use TurboTax, that program, it automatically calculates it. And it isn't a whole lot, to be honest with you. But of course, it's based on what you're selling or how much you sell in a year. But for me, I just rather the tax program deal with it. Tommy says, when the hips break before the head crosses the pane and the ball flies right, the wrist turnover first, the ball goes hard left. Yeah, it's just, I know I watch a lot of these videos on how to hit the ball straight, and I've been doing that better lately, but now it's another thing. I can't putt correctly. So it's just a never ending thing because I don't have time to practice. You just got to accept the suck, I guess, and just keep, going out when you can. But, it was a nice day yesterday. Had a chance to get out with friends, and that's kind of all you can ask for. Let's see. Picky Ricky says, Steve Rakin says us sellers got to look after the health. Yeah, you do have to look after your health because, I mean, if you're not healthy, you're not reselling. I mean, how many times have you felt sick and just needed to get out and list, but you're so sick you just couldn't do it? So, I mean, that's horrible, right? So you got to take care of yourself. Tommy says golf is the hardest sport in the world. I believe that, but it's amazing seeing these professional golfers out there, and just, it's like they can do whatever they want with the golf ball. Golf damn sure ain't easy. It ain't. And Happy Gilmore much. Yes, I was back and forth on the green with my putter yesterday. I shot a 96 and I 3-putted. That means I putted 3 times, 3 different holes. I'm sorry, 9 different holes. I putted 3 times, and it was maddening. So, but Picky Ricky says you need tampons for golf, I hear. We were talking about wearing a Tampax shirt at the golf course to get Tiger's reaction, but of course we didn't do that. So I think we're at an hour and 42 in, and we had a pretty good discussion today. Look, and thank you for everyone who's contributed to the program, either with the super chats or just simply hitting the like button.
You're going to get your sales, I promise. Come on.
Yeah, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I really do. And, just being able to sit down with one of you guys today for lunch, Michael and Jennifer, thank you for coming out. And,
thank you for coming out and taking off with those millions of size 2 boots that we just could not tumble over anymore.
You helped us out, and hopefully that helps you out
we
too.
Appreciate
it. Thank you for coming out, and thank you guys for, being here and contributing to the program. It does, again, the way you guys contribute to the content makes it what it is. Otherwise, it'll only be like a 30-minute live stream and with, really no good content. I mean, I can only provide so much, but you guys really make the show what it is. So I want you guys to have an excellent week. And, sometimes you just gotta, if you're not motivated to get listings done, you got to look at what's the alternative. If, you don't do, this is your job. I mean, you're not answering to anyone. I guess you're answering to your bank account. You're answering to your family and friends. And if there's no negative circumstances that come out of not listing, I guess you can just list whenever you want. But for the rest of us, we have to be constantly reminding ourselves why we do this. And I think that's really the main motivation you're going to get. And you need to constantly have that conversation with yourself. But it's yet another example of how sometimes flipping ain't easy. And I want you guys to have an excellent start to your week. And we will see you on Friday. Probably see some videos here throughout the week. Otherwise, have a great start to your week,
Have
guys.
a great week, guys.